On Tuesday, May 27, 2025, the chips sector lit up like a Vegas marquee. Shares of Broadcom rose 3%, AMD jumped 3.9%, and ARM Holdings surged 5.3%, turning heads from Silicon Valley to Wall Street. Traders grinned, quants high-fived their screens, and retail investors shouted, HODL! As the trio of semiconductor stalwarts outpaced the broader market. But this wasn't a random Tuesday rally. It was the culmination of geopolitics, consumer optimism, and one of the hottest trends in tech, AI. Tariff truce. Trump's July 9th delay eases trade tension. At the heart of Tuesday's chip stock jubilation was a familiar protagonist, President Donald Trump. In customary Trumpian fashion, he had earlier threatened 50% tariffs on European Union imports, rattling markets. Then, in a surprise twist, he postponed the tariffs until July 9th, ostensibly to allow more time for negotiations with EU leaders. Why stocks loved it? Semiconductors are among the most globally integrated industries. Wafer fabrication equipment from the Netherlands, assembly in Asia, R&D in the US, final products sold worldwide. A 50% levy on EU-bound goods would have been a blow to chipmakers' supply chains and bottom lines. Market reaction. The Philadelphia Semiconductor Index, SOX, climbed 2.5%, outshining the S&P 500's plus 2.1% advance and the Nasdaq's plus 2.5% surge. In effect, Trump's tariff détente was like a referee stepping in to stop a brawl, allowing chipmakers to catch their breath and resume climbing rather than tumbling through the ropes. Paving the way for EU talks, negotiations on the horizon. By pushing back the tariffs rather than canceling outright, Trump signaled a willingness to negotiate rather than simply impose economic pain. EU Commission President Ursula von der Leyen immediately praised the move as a step toward constructive dialogue. Investors interpreted this as reduced near-term risk. No immediate 50% surcharge means companies like AMD can plan Cinco de Mayo launches without fretting over sudden cost spikes. Improved sentiment. A chill in trade tensions often trickles down to corporate capex plans, especially in R&D-heavy industries. Longer negotiation window. July 9th gives both sides time to craft a balanced agreement, potentially including exemptions for strategic sectors like semiconductors. As chip equipment makers, wafer foundries, and device assemblers alike exhale, the path clears for renewed collaboration, translating geopolitical headlines into share price tailwinds. Consumer confidence skyrockets. The 98 reading. Adding fuel to the rally was the latest consumer confidence index from the Conference Board, which bounced back to 98 in May after 5 months of decline. That 12.3-point leap exceeded economists' forecasts of 87 and underscored a resurgence of optimism among American households. By the way, if you are benefiting from the content so far and want more like this, like the video, it means much to me. Hit the subscribe button, turn on the notifications bell, and comment the word more. Just go ahead and type the word more so I know. Now that you have commented, let's continue. Why it matters for chips. DIY tech purchases. Higher confidence often means more PC, gaming console, and smartphone upgrades, directly boosting demand for AMD CPUs and GPUs. Enterprise spending. Confident consumers embolden CIOs to sign off on digital transformation projects, cloud migrations, and AI initiatives, all heavy consumers of semiconductors. Auto and IoT. Robust consumer spending spills into electric vehicles and smart home devices, each requiring myriad chips, sensors, and microcontrollers. In short, when Main Street feels good, Silicon Valley stocks feel even better. Creating a virtuous cycle where consumer optimism begets corporate capex, which begets chip demand, which begets higher chip stock prices. AI, the elephant in the data center. Beyond trade pacts and consumer surveys, the most potent force driving chip stocks is the AI revolution. From large language models to autonomous vehicles, AI workloads demand massive GPU horsepower. AMD, with its MI300 series and forthcoming MI350 GPUs, is squarely in the race. Hyperscale demand. Cloud giants like AWS, Google Cloud, and Microsoft Azure are snapping up AMD accelerators to power generative AI services. Inference at the edge. Telecom operators and manufacturing plants deploy on-prem MI series GPUs to run AI inference in real time. Developer ecosystem. The ROCm software stack, PyTorch optimizations, and One API compatibility make AMD GPUs a compelling alternative to NVIDIA. Imagine every AI startup, writing sonnets, diagnosing diseases from X-rays, guiding robots in warehouses, reaching for AMD cards as readily as a chef reaches for a trusty chef's knife. That AI-friendly posture is key to AMD's upward bias. The 100 times thesis, from $113 to $11,300? Could AMD truly 100 times from its current $113 price? Here's how the math and imagination might work. Driver potential impact value per share. AI data center supremacy $20 billion in incremental AI GPU sales plus $400. Geopolitical investment wave $5 billion in Saudi/EU tech projects with AMD chips plus $100. Consumer electronics boom $15 billion in CPU/GPU sales plus $300. Multiple expansion to 50 times. AI leaders often command 50 times forward revenues plus $10,000. Total implied target $11,300. Incremental AI GPU sales. If AMD captures $20 billion more in data center GPU orders over the next 5 years, that could translate to $400 additional intrinsic value per share. Geopolitical windfall. Deals flowing from postponed EU tariffs and Middle East investments might net AMD $5 billion in new contracts, adding $100 per share. Consumer electronics pop. A surge in PC, console, and mobile GPU upgrades could generate $15 billion more in CPU/GPU sales, adding roughly $300 per share. Ultra-rich multiples. As AMD evolves into a pure-play AI titan, the market might reward it with 50 times forward revenues. NVIDIA trades north of 30 times, potentially adding an eye-popping $10,000 per share. While $11,300 per share is a moonshot, reminiscent of early crypto bulls, it underscores the asymmetry of the AI-driven bull case. Even if only half of these scenarios materialize, you're looking at multiple hundreds or thousands of % upside. The Silicon Oasis Data Center. Picture a futuristic, Silicon Oasis, in Dubai, funded by EU and Middle Eastern sovereign wealth funds. Rows of sleek, solar and wind-powered sheds house hundreds of MI 350 GPUs, crunching generative AI workloads for Arabic to English translation, predictive logistics, and smart city analytics. Morning. AI agents process trillions of data points from sensors, traffic cameras, and weather stations to optimize water usage in palm tree groves. Afternoon. Multilingual LLMs draft real-time emergency alerts for sandstorms, automatically triggered by AI vision systems. Evening. Local startups deploy AI-infused fintech apps that handle cross-border remittances at near-zero latency. The infrastructure costs run into billions, and every rack hums with AMD chips, creating a global showcase of AMD's GPU prowess. Investors seeing this might say, "Where do I sign up?" If we fully obey the Lord, the Creator of heaven and earth, and carefully follow all His commandments, He has promised to set us high above all the nations of the earth. Deuteronomy 28. We shall be blessed when we come in and when we go out. I appeal to you to accept God and let Him be your guide, for He will never leave you nor forsake you. Do not be afraid, do not be discouraged. Deuteronomy 31 verse 8. Want more information? Please check the description section. That's the end for now. If you have watched until the end, drop a comment like this: I stayed until the end. Just comment that I stayed until the end. When I see this comment, I will give you a heart. 3 more favors I request from you. First, like this video, subscribe and then turn on the notifications bell. If you do this, you greatly encourage me to continue bringing to you insightful content. Do not miss out on our future videos full of insight. All I am asking is your subscription. Thanks for joining us today. Your support means so much to us. Do not hesitate to share this video to help someone who may benefit. I recommend that you watch the next video, subscribe to the channel and share your thoughts about today's video. Wish you God's blessings and care. Faith and prayer will do what no power on earth can accomplish. See you in the next video by God's mercy.